Welcome to my video. We're going to be looking at two popular aspects of aquascaping. The first is how to create that hilly landscape that you see in different tanks, similar to films like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, anything like that, the natural flowing scapes in Ireland and Scotland. We're also going to be looking at aquarium seed, hero or scam product. Now, what you want to do, and I've taken this to my bottom right corner, is decide where is going to be your lowest point and where everything's going to flow towards. That's your central area. I've then banked it up a bit to the left and then higher up to the right. I'm using a mix of a fine gravel, which I've washed through, and also these coconut shells, which I've cut into to make these little hides, little hobbit houses. What you'll see here is using the lava rock, we're able to create different mounds, different areas, different shapes, and then using that gravel. And what you're seeing in this process is a bit of a combination of trial and error, and that's what you're going to have to do. There's no perfect way to do it. It will depend on what your setup is, how the water works, how everything looks, and what product you're using. Something to think about here, what I've tried to do, is to fill it with water so that it then sort of falls into place as the water would, and then take that water out so that it empties out. Now, once you've got your landscape sorted, it's time to plant your aquarium seed. You'll see here little fine bits, just popping them through on the surface. They don't need to be buried, it's just a really fine scattering on the top. What I'm also doing is I've taken some Tropica aquarium soil, I've beaten that up with a little pestle and mortar, and I'm just sprinkling that on top, really fine pieces, and this is just to create a top layer. It's not necessary, but a few articles, a few videos I saw suggested that worked quite well, so I've given that a go. So you can see here, sprinkling that through, so we've got our plant seeds, and again you want to try to get them onto the stones, onto the gravel as much as you can, not onto the side of the glass. And then we're going to take that handy water sprayer and just spray on top. So spray on top of your gravel first off, and then spray afterwards as well. And you'll see we're covering the whole area, nice even coverage, an even blanket. It's quite a therapeutic process really, and you see it goes through nice and easily. We're just going to cut to a few pieces of footage of that aquarium seed and the gravel so you can see how that end product should look. Again, try to avoid it on the side of the glass where possible, but you will naturally get some. I tried to cover the tops of the hides and tried to just give that really even finish throughout. And again, this just shows that sort of Tropica powder that I've used just to sprinkle over the top to sort of finish it off and let it bed in a little bit. You don't have to do too much, a little bit all over, and then spraying with water. Spray the sides down so those seeds run along down the glass and into the soil, and you have a really good setup there. This is going to give you the best chance for success with growing the seed with the dry start method. So that is everything done. I'm just using an aquascape tool just to get the sides down. Now this is a couple of days growth, and we can see that grass coming through. It's looking really healthy, really nice. We can see that coverage has worked evenly throughout there, and it's looking fantastic. I was really proud at this point, really enjoyed it. I thought, yep, I've done a great thing. A couple more days later, and we can see, look how that is coming through. I missed a bit off the top corner, but it's not the end of the world. You'll see how it will spread throughout as well. Getting some really nice even coverage there, really coming through. What you want to be doing as well, it's really important to mention this, is in between the days when you're not doing it, so you're spraying daily with water, and there's much better videos online showing you how to do it, but you want to cover the top with cling film, uncover it, spray it, and cover it back up. That's your dry start method. This is day 5, and that grass is really coming to grow through now. You can see it at the top left, looking really good all the way through, and I've just added a bit onto that little mound where I'd missed some. It's coming through nicely, and really creating the scape that I was hoping for. These nice rolling fields are looking perfect, the hides work so well, just creating those little houses, and the grass is just growing on the top of it too, which is making a really natural look. This is day 7, and it's looking fantastic. Again, a little bit more growth on that left hand side than I was expecting. I think it's slightly higher up. And I'm starting to now decide what shape I want. So I'd created that valley. The next thing to do was to take out those plants, take out the seeds, and clear that path down. Now I've used bits of tile that I got from a sample pack just to create the base and then put some sand on top. And it looks fantastic. Honestly, watching this back, I can't believe how good it looked at this point. Some more broken up tile pieces. I'm just going to create these paths down from the hides down to the bottom. So we're creating this natural path down the middle, clearing a gap so we don't get too much growth, and then putting in these little tile sections so that then we can have a little pathway through. Look at that. How good does that look? I know I'm bragging, I know I'm boasting, but this was exactly how I envisioned it, and I couldn't believe how well it had come through. Now you don't want to flood it straight away in one go, because what you can do there is just cause a lot of problems. So I'm really emptying it a couple of litres of water, maybe twice a day, 3 times a day, slowly building up that tank. You can see the grass is settling nicely. It's looking just how I want it to. That's converting nicely to its underwater state, so I haven't had any big die off. It's just going well, and at this point I'm thinking, excellent, this couldn't be going any better. Again, I could use a big bucket to pour it through. What I'd be worried about is just submerging it, ruining it, and spoiling everything. Here we are, time to do some trimming. This has grown so much, so quickly. Didn't expect it to grow as much as it did. You can see all the trimmings through. This was again a nice, really therapeutic process. So at this point, I'm really proud of what I'd achieved. It was exactly what I wanted. I thought, right, I'll add my little trees, I'll add some shrimp, I'll add some snails, I'll add some dwarf water lettuce, and it'll look just like this. That's the problem. So this was 6 weeks while I was busy, and I'll hold my hands up there, where I didn't do any cutting back. I did a water change, but I wasn't doing anything, and just thought I'd let it grow out and see what happened. I had big algae blooms. You can just see the chaos there. I've lost all the definition. And at this point, I've realised that, yes, this could grow as a grass. And maybe this would grow as a good carpet in a large tank. There could be something for it. But this was just not good. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't that beautiful little tight grass I had at the beginning. Now, it's fair to say that there are multiple different seeds out there, different varieties. And I haven't done this multiple times, so I can't say, absolutely that these seeds you can get are a complete scam. That initial result looked fantastic. And if I'd done daily maintenance on it, if I'd constantly cutting it back, maybe I'd have had a great escape. But this is what it's trying to be. This is its truest form. So my verdict is that those seeds you might have something good at the short term, at the beginning bit. Long term, it's going to try to be something else, and that's probably not quite what you want. I'll let you decide. Let me know your feedback at the bottom. Pop into the comments if you've had success with it, if you've seen some products that work well. I'm keen to hear what other people have had experience-wise. For me, it just wasn't right, and it wasn't what I wanted.